Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Heaven on Earth. I'm Michael, the Leo Mystic, and this is where I channel the sacred guidance for this astrological week of the 9th of November until the 15th. And, well, it is a very interesting week, busy week, and actually maybe one of my favorites because there's so much going on. We have the Sun in Scorpio, intense. We will be having Mercury going back into Scorpio, so that's more intensity, I like. But it's not about that. Mercury in Scorpio happens on the 11th of November. That's 11/11, that's a portal, we all know that. It's a portal of divine guidance, of ascension, of higher frequency. And so the fact that Mercury goes into Scorpio really means heightened senses, really means that third eye, that crown chakra opened, deep, intuitive, emotional awareness on the 11th of November. But that's not all right? Because the day after, we will be having a Jupiter Pluto conjunction. What is that? That's truth. A new cycle of truth. A new cycle of what we think to be true. About what? About Capricorn. Capricorn is matter, structure, business, authority, institutions. So what is happening? Jupiter and Pluto are together. This is Pluto, intense. Jupiter, a lot. Capricorn, bossiness, busyness, chronic inflammation. Jupiter, we get the South Node in Sagittarius. We obviously have, so Jupiter, Pluto, what am I trying to say here? So what am I pointing at? Well, the South Node is, Sun in Scorpio, that's what I want to say. So Sun in Scorpio is already bringing light to all the dark. Because, when Pluto's in Capricorn, that's very subconscious. But since Sun is in Scorpio and Mercury is in Scorpio, we are seeing the truth. At least for those people who are Neptune Square the nodes, Sagittarius, those people who believe, who are just like blinded by beliefs about, oh my God, it is true what that person is saying, who are still giving their power away to an authority outside of them, and which is the reason why Mars retrograde, they cannot take action. They have to face where they're failing in their lives. Sun Scorpio, bringing light to the deepest truths about yourself, but also it is also exposing the truths about what is not true, right? The manipulation, the power, the lust, the greed of the institutions, of matter, our attachments. South Node in Sagittarius, Capricorn, Jupiter, Pluto, all of this is like, where do you have expectations on matter? What are expectations? They are projections from a certain belief that you have about how things should be. So it's just like illusion. Because that's what we're learning. We're learning that whatever we're seeing, we're not seeing. There's a truth behind it. I can look at the plant and I can see like, okay, well that's actually a beautiful plant, but that plant is not as beautiful as the other one. Because that cactus, for instance, reminds me of when I stung myself. And I was a child, and it was like, I just fell in this big field of cacti. And I had a trauma. I had to be 2 weeks in the hospital. So I don't want to have anything to do with cacti. But, this hang plant, oh my God, I love it. Yeah, because, it used to hang in my grandmother's house. And, my grandmother is the best person in my life. And so we're biased is what I'm saying. And we do this with religion. We do this with the people in our lives. We do this with certain foods. We have expectations. We put our projections on it. And this creates disease because, you know, we have to learn that there is no external force that we can control, and that it's not about that impacting us. Like there's no, you know, Scorpio can go like really like berserk, like really bonkers on freaking diet too. Isn't like, no, this is the next best thing, and like I'm serious. This is what is going to help me and heal me. But it's false. It's an illusion, because you know you are already healed. It's the projections and the blockages and the expectations and the attachments that block a stream of consciousness. And there is such a beautiful stream of consciousness if you allow it. If you allow Mercury in Scorpio on the 11th of November. This is deep, intuitive, psychic downloads. And this is about eliminating those barriers, those expectations about what should be manifested. So this is about more faith versus belief. Now, a faith could come from, you know, a belief, and you create a faith in that, but that's the wrong way to go. It's about a faith in a higher power, more in your intuitive ability to tune into the field, your psychic, you know, messages that come in undistorted, which is why meditation is extremely important, because you train your neutral mind. And so that, together with Neptune square the nodes. Neptune is also squaring the North Node in Gemini. That's where we have to focus our attention to. And this is about our own research, our own opinion, but also being neutral and being open for other people's opinions and testing them to your intuitive abilities, your intuition. And so the beautiful thing of that is, if you allow Sun in Scorpio trine Neptune, this is being baptized. You can be baptized into a new belief system, Jupiter Pluto. The death of an old belief system and the birth of a new belief system. Sun in Scorpio trine Neptune, like big cleansing, a spiritual cleansing bath with all the salts, Epsom salts and essential oils, and it's just like, what the fuck, this is amazing. And you can pick your oils because, you know, Venus is in Libra. And it is trining the nodes. So it is like, and it seems like it's in conjunct Neptune. It's just really funny. It's like we think that we have a choice, but it's actually like, no. It's like by the grace of the Guru. You know? But, you know, let's get beyond that. It's like, let's just believe that we have a choice, okay? This, in a way, we do, since we can direct our attention to a certain object, and where we focus our energy is what will expand. And Source is actually saying, well, are you going to keep watching the news? Are you going to keep believing the lies and the manipulation of the government and of matter trying to deceive you? The devil, as they call it. But it's not a devil. It's not like a beast that is going to freaking eat you or burn in hell. It's just, you know, you could see this place as hell, or you could see this place as heaven. And what that basically means is that you can keep being attached to certain ways of doing things, relating, you know, money, car, a house, a certain outcome. But it's only going to deceive you. It's going to, you know, maybe for a while it makes you like happy, but that's very like at a superficial level. And this is about expanding beyond time, beyond space, 5D reality. And there is a choice that you can make. You can choose to go with the story. Sagittarius is a story. Jupiter Pluto, a lot of lies being told with a hidden agenda. Scorpio, Pluto, This is big time. These are like, you know, things that we haven't seen since the 1930s. So, you know, there's a lot of people who are like referencing Hitler and, you know, the Second World War, but maybe they're doing it subconscious or maybe they know, but these are aspects that we haven't seen since then. So propaganda is a word that is big time. You know, this is funny too, because, you know, these presidential elections, like Biden has won. Has he? That's not even true. Like, he might have the electoral votes, but there's so much coming behind that. Like, the real, like, the president really gets chosen at the 6th of January. And there's other processes that they have to go through. And Trump is not really, like, he's never gonna allow, anyway, I don't want to go into the presidential elections, but I'm just saying it's not over. It's just not over. And that's where the media says, like, okay, Biden has won. I don't know if you checked it, but I was checking it with Charlotte. Is, you know, on CNN they said one sorts of numbers, and then on NBC News they said all different numbers, and it was all like 5 different papers said 5 different numbers, but they all were like pointing like, no, Biden is winning. But it was like really weird. So just saying, there's so much illusion. And the illusions are out there, but if you allow the inner world to become your true world, that's where the truth is. The truth is, it's both true. And that's really scary for some people that, you know, they're like 3D matter is slipping away in a way. And, you know, this is like the rug being pulled underneath you. Pulled out underneath you. So, you know, it hurts. But there's this ability to, there's like a full surrender in the sense of, well, you know, when you, for instance, go and hug a tree, there's so many messages that you can download, but if you have an expectation of what the tree should tell you, chances are that you're going to tell yourself stories. But if you allow the tree to, you know, let the messages go through you, and you're just in you know, receiving mode, which is, by the way, Venus in Libra versus, you know, Mars retrograde in Aries is like at the end, like Saturday, there's this Mars, you know, stationary direct. So it means it goes direct again, goes forward. But it's stationary, and it's going to be stationary for, I think, a whole month, pretty much. So this means, it's not stationary all month, but it's just going to be at that degree for a long time, pretty much 3 weeks a month, I'm sure. I have to verify. But this pretty much means that there's nothing you can do. There's things that you can receive. So I think in a way this is Source really giving us a hand in terms of like, stop doing all your actions, whatever you're going to do, it's not going to be very fruitful only if you are allowed to receive first and then you proceed in taking action. And so then the new moon in Scorpio, before that happens on Sunday, there's a dark moon on Mercury in Scorpio. This is exposing like the last bits of fear, the last bits of manipulation, you know, mental emotional tricks to, you know, cast a spell on someone, you know, just like dark forces, kind of like, what's that called again? Dark magic or black magic, that's it. Dark moon on Mercury in Scorpio, that's dark magic, that's black magic. Like casting a spell and trying to manipulate someone into doing something. This is voodoo. Dark moon in Scorpio, especially on Mercury, is pure voodoo. You know? So, and I know, you know, Charlotte is like, ooh, this is like pretty scary shit, but That's what it is, you know. So, but then the new moon in Scorpio, having exposed all of that, is just like the ability to expose the naked truth. And that's what the mantra, you know, could be for you. What I would invite you to do is in like, expose to me the naked truth, please. You know, bring me the truth. Let's go into the highest version of myself. How can we as an earth create new dimensions in order to connect and conquer light? Or like, how can we let light heal us in the darkest of times? How can we share new resources with one another? How can we share truth best with this world? How can we make sure that there is courage and vulnerability? These are the questions that we should send out. You know, this is funny too. It's like this whole community about manifesting, and you know, it's it's just like, just send out your intention. But pretty much, like, what you can do too is just ask a question with the new moon, and you'll receive an answer as to how to proceed. That's how the old peoples, the tribes, used to do it. You know, they used to dream, they used to visualize, and you know, but they also used to like just ask a question. Source, tell me, how can we proceed from here on? Like, in terms of truth, in terms of healing, in terms of show me the naked truth. You know, this is that, I think, that new age way of thinking too, where you are like, you think you're in control of matter, and that's an illusion too. We can have our influence on matter, but if it comes from an ego, from like a desire to be the best and to have as much money as you want, only for, you know, ego purposes, you know, it's possible, but then that's still an illusion. Even though if it could manifest, I believe so, it can manifest. But, you know, I also believe that creates a counteraction. And, you know, if you're a vessel for source, you know, it's just like you work along with him or with it, with her, by asking the right question and by it being shown to you. This is more a feminine approach, a receptive approach versus a go-get approach. My ambitions, my goals, you know, what I want, what I need. You know, that's that South Node in Sagittarius too, like that over-optimism, like positive thinking kind of stuff. It's like very wounded masculine in a way. So, but anyway, allow yourself to be open. Allow yourself to be baptized. Let the expectations go of what it should be. And be healed. Let the portal of 11th of November in Mercury and Scorpio give you the downloads if you make the choice to do so and have so. Much love. See you next week. Bye-bye.